I'm going to talk about zeros. Zeros are finding the zeros of a quadratic or a polynomial. Well, we'll talk about quadratics because this is where I first word. We'll do zeros for polynomial at a later date. Zeros for a quadratic. So once you factor a quadratic, it oftentimes looks like 2 parentheses equals 0. When we're solving or factoring, you can find the zeros by setting your quadratic equal to 0. So I'll just have 2 examples. So here's one example. Like pretend I factored something and I ended up with this. Well, the zeros are the values of x that make each side 0. So what could I plug in for x to make that whole side equal 0? The trick here is you can set that side equal to 0. So x plus 3 equals 0. Set it equal to 0, and then solve. So, okay, so minus 3 to both sides. That cancels. We end up with x equals negative 3. Which actually makes a whole lot of sense, because if you put negative 3 in, negative 3 plus 3 is 0, which 0 times anything wipes out the other side and makes it true. You're looking for the values of x that make the equation true when you're solving. So the zeros help you solve. Purple, well, this one's a little weird. You can't just, if it doesn't have a number in front, a leading coefficient like that, you can just basically say, yeah, it's the opposite. Plus 3, negative 3. Great, it's working. But these other ones you cannot. 2x minus 5 equals 0 is what I'm trying to write here. Set it equal to 0. Add 5 to both sides. Divide by 2. And we end up with 5 halves. It actually is true. If you plug that in there, 5 halves, it will make that side equal 0. And then 0 times whatever you go, and that side will wipe it out. So those are your solutions. That's the trick to finding zeros. Hopefully that helps, and I'll see you all next time.